Welcome to the Tug School of Business Center for Digital Strategies Brit Series interviews. My name is Monique Alves, a T'17 Center for Digital Strategies Fellow, and I'm joined today by Kurt Schneider, Dartmouth 87 alumnus, founder and CEO of KMS Brand Consulting, as well as former CEO of the Harlem Globetrotters. Kurt, thanks for joining us today.
Wonderful to be here. Thanks for having me.
Kurt is visiting for a Brit Series discussion on enhancing live events through digital customer engagement, which he knows with over 25 years of experience in national and international entertainment, sports, media, and lifestyle companies, including the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment back in 2003 to 2007. Kurt, let's dive right in.
Ready.
In a world where entertainment is mostly digital and is consumed online via cell phones and laptops at any time of day through services like Sling and HBO Go, where does live entertainment fit in this new ecosystem?
So live entertainment is always going to have a place in any sort of entertainment pantheon. Think back to the Greeks who started it, the Romans. It's always been something that the common shared experience about going to a live event will never be taken away. You can't record it. You can't use it for later. You can't duplicate it. There's something about the live event which is always going to be a powerful appeal. But the thing about the common shared experience is it needs to enhance and embrace the technologies of today. So there has to be snippets of it before, during, and after the live event. We talk about 3D fan engagement, that before it used to be okay to just have 2D, I'm going to present at you a live event. Those will go away because if you're just presenting at someone and there's no other embrace or development of the brand, why would I need to go in a day and age where I can get anything wherever I want on any different platform, where I have a very short attention span, where things are expensive? I want an experience that fits me that I can also share. So live events will always be important as long as they embrace the customer and the fan before, during, and after the live event.
Okay, that makes sense. I can completely agree. My attention span is also short and needs to be engaged from the first minute.
Well, and you want to be able to have something. I always say the best thing about any marketing is you want to grab onto your fans' emotional lapels and not let go. So you have to create opportunities, especially in this digital age, for people to see what that is about the brand and then share it with all their friends. That's the beauty about it. It's effective, it's efficient, it's viral. Let them share it via the social media ripple effect.
Yes, I definitely look into what are my friends watching, what's being talked about at the water cooler at work. There's something about being on a common experience.
Absolutely. And so live events will always have a place. That's why they're relatively recession-proof. In fact, the Globetrotters, we grew during the recession of '08.
Yes. Actually, let's fast forward to your Harlem
Sure.
Globetrotters experience. You joined them in 2007 when the brand was already 81 years old. We're talking as old as AT&T and actually Hasbro. So what did digital technologies and a digital strategy look like there? Did the team have a chief marketing officer, a CTO, a CIO when you joined? And what did you have to do for any senior buy-in on your ideas?
So the brand was dormant in 2007. It was a fabulous brand that everyone knows about. But the brand was trucking along on nostalgia fumes. So the only people that went to it were people who grew up in the 70s or 60s with these great people and characters, and they took their kids. But kids had a passive relationship with the brand, not an active. Their parents said, we're going to come take you for nostalgia. Nostalgia is not sustainable. So the kids would go, they'd have a good time, and they'd leave. It was decidedly 2D. So we said, you know what? We're not a live event touring troupe, which is what they've been reduced to. And a live event touring troupe is someone that comes in, maybe once a year you see them, maybe. There were no other consumer touch points at all. You came to the game, you had a good time, you left, and that was it. So the Globetrotters spent their entire year to entertain and monetize their fans one time every year. So it was not efficient. No. They did not have a chief marketing officer. They did not have a CIO, and they had zero digital presence. So we said we're going to transform this brand from a live event touring troupe to a global entertainment company, to a content company. And what we're going to do is create something. Everyone has little acronyms. Everyone uses C's in business. I don't know why. We had the 3 C's. Consistent consumer contact. Not once a year. We want to get our brand out on multiple platforms and allow our fans to pull it down wherever and whenever they wanted to. And so digital was our biggest opportunity to embrace all this technology that's out there to get our content out, to teach a brand new generation of fans about the new players. Forget about the players from the 70s. Forget about nostalgia. Understand what's going on now.
And what did those digital strategies look like in 2007? Around then, Twitter and Facebook were just coding, just being developed in the nascent stages. What did that mean for you? Was it just websites?
At the time, the only interaction you had was a website, which was a static content provider, right? And you had emails. And you had an email list, and you had to send it out to them. That was it. That was the extent of it. So there was no shareability. And in fact, for the Globetrotters, our website really only existed to send fans to Ticketmaster to buy a ticket. Mm-hmm. So there's very little interaction, very little branding. So the idea was, with the rise of all these platforms, it was terrific. It actually coincided beautifully with us trying to get a whole new generation of fans and to create this 3D fan engagement on these different platforms. So we embraced them wholeheartedly. Okay. We started getting out there. One of the first things we did on Facebook and YouTube was we created the largest digital game of horse ever. Do you know the game horse? People play in backyards. You play in your garage, and I take a shot, and if I make it, then you have to make it. And if you make it, I get an H. If you miss it, you get an H, and you played a horse, H-O-R-S-E.
Oh, okay.
So we did the largest game of digital horse ever. It was through Facebook and YouTube. Our fans created videos of themselves, creating crazy shots. Then the fans voted on which one at the end of the week the Globetrotters had to do. So there was a winning video, and then the Globetrotters had to shoot themselves doing that exact shot. Oh, that's great. If the players made it, then Globetrotter Nation, our digital fans, got an H. If they missed it, the Globetrotters got an H. So this played out over H-O-R-S-E, 5 weeks, and enabled our fans they produced the content, but they started voting on it, they started watching it, so they became engaged with the players and with the brand.
I'd love to see my tricks on the Harlem
Globetrotters
website.
And now we do Trick Shot Tuesday on Instagram and Snap every Tuesday. There's a different trick shot that comes out, not only of the players, but of someone from the fan base putting their one up there. So again, it's a wonderful paradox, which is the more control I give up to my fans, the more they're going to embrace the brand. And a lot of brands don't understand that.
It can be a little scary, actually, giving up a little control, especially in this day and age of social media. Who are your employees? What are your fans looking for? I mean, how do you mitigate that risk of being a family entertainment company while the cameras are always on your players?
And that is scary. So you have to have a really well-established brand and what the brand stands for and the hierarchy of its messaging and its positioning. And if everyone understands that, then the players can post on their own all the time and there's no worry about it. We worried a little bit about it at WWE when we first had Twitter and we first had Facebook, and all of a sudden the wrestlers were posting stuff that was not really what the brand wanted. And so then the question was, do you write it for them? Do you let them write it themselves? How much control do you have? How much control do you give up? And it's a really elastic relationship. But the stronger the brand is, then everyone gets it.
You did mention the Facebook and some of the social media when at WWE. And you were there pretty early in the game. So that was just up until 2006 or 7.
Yeah.
So how did you know about or embrace such brand new technology into the company?
The idea about WWE and Vince McMahon he's P.T. Barnum reincarnate. He is an unbelievable promoter. But what Vince always said was, we're creating characters here. Characters that our audience reacts to. Vince used to say in the arena, I want to hear cheering or booing. The worst thing is silence. Because he wants you to have an emotion. He wants you to have a visceral reaction. And so he spends all his time building the characters. Mm-hmm. He does not care. He's actually platform agnostic. Get it out, whatever it is. So years ago, he used to do it in much different ways. I'm sure it was done on 8-track tape or whatever. So the idea is whatever technology comes, get the character out there so that fans can grab onto it and say, I love this person or I hate this person. But either way, I'm going to watch them. Yes. I'm going to watch them live or I'm going to watch them on TV.
So going on from there, some of the newer activities and entertainment coming up is online multiplayer gaming. It's receiving some of the highest traffic on the internet, with fans wanting to watch the action in real time, even willing to sit in Madison Square Garden and look at players' games on the Jumbotrons. Does that mean anything when we talk about live entertainment?
So esports is a huge phenomenon. I think they just said by the year 2020, it'll be a $2 billion business in and of itself. advertisers are frothing at the mouth about esports because it is the generation, it's the 18 to 34-year-olds that they want to reach more than anything. So it's an ability to sponsor something which you couldn't have before to get to reach this audience. So esports is enormous. In fact, the NBA and their video game partner 2K just announced in February that they're going to start a whole league, the NBA E-League. And it's going to, all the teams are going to participate, but fans are going to watch on Twitch, on TV, on YouTube, kids playing, or players, athletes playing against each other, they call them athletes, on the game, and then they'll go to live events. So how will it impact live events? Those become live events. So throughout the centuries, what is performed inside the arena hasn't changed. The access to it's changed and the technology, but different events come. So it's still an entertainment ability, but what the content is used to be a Greek tragedy, and now it's video gamers playing against each other. So it will only enhance the live entertainment experience because that is a true 3D fan engagement. Kids play it at home all the time. They are hooked and then they want to go live. And so it's pre, during, and after.
That makes sense. I know. It's a lot safer than the arenas were
Yes.
these days. Finally, a recent event announced in the news that I'd love your thoughts on. The NFL-Amazon partnership has been created to deliver live OTT digital streaming of Thursday Night Football during the upcoming season. According to the press release, this partnership gives Amazon Prime Video members in over 200 countries access to the games. What are your thoughts on this deal?
Fantastic. I think the fact that the sports leagues are realizing they can't just do their old cash cow, which was these TV networks paying them billions of dollars, because NFL had the worst ratings in years this year. Because if you're reliant on just the sole delivery of a standard broadcast network to get there, or cable, with all the cord cutting going on, it's going to be a slow decline all the way down, but it will be a harvesting of your brand, not a growth. So very smart on their part. They're going to a growth engine, which is Amazon Prime, and they're going to be getting it out there. And all it is saying, hey, again, we're agnostic on how we get out there. We want our fans to be able to grab that content in, and that's what they're doing. That is 3D fan engagement, and it's all over the world. Again, wherever and whenever they want to.
I think that would be great. I know some of my classmates and I lose the first few minutes of the game trying to find the bar with an actual TV subscription.
Exactly. And now you'll have it. So you know what's going on and you'll have it in your pocket. You'll have it wherever you are.
Okay. Well, Kurt, thank you for joining us today and giving
Monique.
us some insights into live entertainment and digital strategies today.
Great to be here. Thank you.